Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Tengoku Struggle, going to start Jack's route, as you can tell. Because look, he's on the front screeny thing, and anyway, before we start this, okay, hi, I wish I had done this with you guys, but okay. So I opened up the guide to do it, and it's like, okay, his route only unlocks after Kikanosuke, Yon, and Sharku, obviously, okay, we knew that. Bad ending unlocks the CG. After completing this route's bad end, and I was like, looking at this, and I'm like, huh. Normally, like, it's their extra stage will unlock. But it's all an asterisk. And I'm like, oh my god, Jack's not his real name. Kind of a spoiler, I guess. Spoiler for you and for me. I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil it because it spoiled it for me. It doesn't say it. But then I was like, should we have kind of known that going in, though his name's Jack? What Japanese man is named Jack? That's, like, not your real name. I highly doubt your parents named you Jack. You know what I mean? So interesting. But anyway, because I was like, why is that asterisk out? And like after this, you can go into the art. I was just reading any of the notes just to see if there's anything different. And then I was like, so anyway, so we go to stage select. Okay. And we are going to, we have to go to first, right? It's like I forgot how to do this. Also, just so you know, 7. Yos. Skip until we can select Jack. Okay. Anyway. Wow, the music is loud as fuck. Well, for me it is. For you it's not. Oh, I noticed. Okay. So things I've noticed about the recordings. I've noticed, and I didn't notice it from these, but I've noticed that the things that I've done recently on the new computer, like in the beginning it was fine, but on the new computer now I'm like, why is it doing it like anytime I like do my little outro thing? It mutes me. Like, it's like it auto-mutes my voice. And that's not my recording software. So I'm like, somewhere in this freaking computer, it's doing that. So like, when I'm like, subscribe to see more, it doesn't, it goes, and I cut off. And I'm like, that's not me, like, not, it's something cutting me and like muting my voice because I probably get too loud. But I'm like, that's kind of annoying. I don't like that. So if you've noticed weird shit like that, I don't fucking know. Because I'm too goddamn old to go poking around. I also do not have the energy to go poking around on my computer to try to figure out why the hell it's doing. I don't. I have to do enough of poking around, troubleshooting, guessing, like with my potato brain at work, and I can't handle it anymore. Also, fair warning. I mean, if you're watching this like 2 years after this is recorded, doesn't apply to you. If you're watching these as they get uploaded, this one will probably be fine. But like, if for some reason, over the next month, you notice it going back to every other day, it's just because I'm so goddamn behind and work has me so stressed out and so overwhelmed that I'm probably sitting in a corner crying half the time, having an existential life crisis. So, like, today wasn't too bad, but it's just been not good. Like, there were like 2 days there that it was just like a fucking nightmare and I couldn't get the recordings in that I wanted to get done because by the time I finished work, I was so freaking mentally exhausted and I'm already behind and I was like, it's okay. Plus, I have time coming up where my mother's going to be here, so that's like a clump of time I can't record. So I have to prepare for that because I have doctor's appointments and then same thing in September. And it's like, you know, until we hit October, like it's just like every few weeks there's shit happening that I'm like takes away days from recording. So I'm like, I'm already behind and I can't seem to catch up or get ahead because every single time I'm like, okay, we're ahead. Oh, now there's a block of time where I can't like record. You know what I mean? So if you notice for like a month there between like August, September or September, October, whatever, a brief period of time where it goes to every other day, that's why. It's just because I got overwhelmed, overloaded, and I can't keep up. But we will get back to every day because there will be a point toward the end of the year where I'm like, I have tons of time. It's just my anxiety and stress levels are through the roof right now. And like, even though like I fixed an issue on Friday at work, there was still another, I was like, it's okay. I was like, I'm so emotionally exhausted. I couldn't record even though I knew I needed to. And I was like, so even though this is something fun for me and I love doing this, when I'm overwhelmed with other obligations and things like work, this becomes my brain turns this into, it's a pressure and it's something I have to do. And it makes me like kind of not want to do it, even though when I get here and I sit down, I love doing this. So like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay. It's not like, I don't want anyone to think I'm not having fun. I don't want to do this. I do. It's just when I'm overwhelmed, I don't want to do anything. I just want to curl up in a ball and do nothing and then guilt myself for doing nothing. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but yeah, so we're getting a little behind because of time off that I had at the beginning of July. And then now with all the work, so it's not we're not doing good here, okay? We're not doing good here, even though there were a couple of days that I took off work and I recorded 4 to 5 hours at a time. That's barely keeping up. So, yeah. And I know you guys are going to be like, don't strip. Wabi Sabi singer? Look at that. I've never. Oh, well, yeah, okay. I was like, there's like, everyone's a little different. They're a little like thing on the bottom, but his is like, there's something about the text. I kind of like it. Anyway, start his stage, yes. But anyway, so if you see that, it's not like, I know that you guys are going to be understanding, and I know you'll tell me like, don't stress out. It'll be okay. I don't want to stay on the like I don't want to go back to every other day, but we might have to temporarily is all I'm saying. So, if that happens, just, it's not going to be a permanent thing. It's just, cause like all of a sudden everybody springs all this shit on me that's got to get done. Like at this point, I got to turn my volume down a little. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to eat some broiled fish and some meat. In the morning, you ate all that yesterday and it still wasn't enough. Just start a fire on your own and cook it on your own. Aww. Let's just squeeze in between here, grab them both, and all of us have to hug because we're all in love together. And then we're going to add Jack and maybe go him onto this. Sorry, Kiku. Like, you're the family pet. I feel bad for him. He's adorable, but he's not my type because he's adorable. You know what I mean? And in the cute little baby face kind. He did have a good... All of them have had regrets, though. I don't want to do it alone. No, you're such a spoiled little kid, Yona. What, you can't eat if you're all alone? He's gonna kick your ass. Shut up. That's not what I mean. It's easier to eat alone. It's just... Never mind. Aw, look at him blushing and say he just wants someone to sit in a little salty blue water bathtub with him. He's so adorable. Well, let's just make up a reason and have another barbecue together again. We bought all the gear for it, after all. And there comes Mom, coming in, trying to appease all the children. And Goemon, it's not like I had fun or anything with everyone last night, okay? See, this is why I want to come in and play this, because he's so fucking adorable. I'm sorry, my sound is still just like... It's not that loud, but for some reason it's distracting me, because my brain can't, like... I've like, literally at work today, I had to be all over the place doing 32 things at once, so my brain can't, like, tone it down. We had this problem, like, a week ago for, like, everywhere I was, like, I'm just all over the place, and I can't, like... And then I was, like, totally, like, in the zone, and, like, now my brain hurts. Like, it's not even a headache, it's literally, like, I'm pretty sure my brain hurts. Like, I know someone's gonna be, that's called a headache. No, it's different. It feels different. It literally is just like my brain, it's grabbing its hair and like just squeezing, and it's like, it's a weird kind of headache, okay? Like, it just, like, I just feel like you understand if I'm like, it's not a headache, my brain hurts. Like, it makes no sense, but it makes absolute sense. Okay? But seriously, so I can't focus, so the music in the background is like distracting me, so I had to keep turning I'm sorry, I just had to keep turning it down. Anyway, but I love that Yona's just a salty little marshmallow. You're so cute, I just want to poke him in the cheek. Who wants coffee? Me! Me. And what about you, my lady? You've been staring at us. Is something the matter? Huh? No, nothing at all. I'll take some coffee. Is there anything I can help with? You've been staring at us because you're also fucking adorable and I love this.
And can you bring the mugs out to everyone? You were an employee at a cafe before, right?
Are you trying to be mean?
You're being self-conscious.
She's like, true. Goemon, just earlier, the fragrant aroma of coffee began to spread through the kitchen.
About me saying you're self-conscious? Sorry, I didn't mean to come off as mean.
Do you think it's odd that I might have been a cafe employee when I was alive?
I think that might be it, yeah.
Really?
Sometimes the way you carry yourself seems a little old-fashioned, and makes me think you were alive further in the past.
Old-fashioned? Is it weird?
It isn't, but you don't use many words that are foreign to Japan or talking about more modern things from the human realm.
He's like, I like the fact that, okay, I'm sorry, but I am full on the boat that we knew Goemon in a past life, in our past life, okay? He remembers us. I feel like he does, okay? So I think it's really funny. He's like, yeah, you don't say things, like, I'm not, okay. All these things, he's like saying this because he knows for a fact. He's not like, I think you were alive further back in the past. He's like, I know for a fact you fucking were. And he's like, because you don't say like certain more modern type things or you use old timey language or like whatever. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's just saying that as like, I'm trying to hint to you and like give you hints about your past without telling you directly. It's like, he's like, I know exactly who you were in your past life, but also I am telling you things about you now that would, if I didn't know you, I could have deduced. You know what I mean? So, like, if she were to go to someone else, like, do you think I'm kind of old-fashioned? And they're like, yeah, actually. She's like, so you think I was, like, alive way in the past? And they're like, yeah, actually, yeah, Goemon's right. Some of the things you say kind of lead to that. You know what I mean? Like, he is absolutely using deductive reasoning to be like, here's why I think you lived in the past, even though he's like, I know for a fact you did, but nobody will be like, well, that's weird. I don't think that's true. He just sounds like he's making stuff up. He's using things that, like, are clear to probably anybody else that talks to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, kind of smart, man. Smart. But of course, the game, like, is going to give this so it just seems like, yeah, he has no idea who you are, but he knows. That opening scene, I'm still on that. I'm still on it, even though, like, I need to go back and replay it, but I'm pretty sure it was all about him, so. I don't know. And he's the last come on. Plus, he's the one that showed up when we were standing at the Sanzu River, right? And then he was there, and it was like, you were like, I don't know, that means something, so. Anyway. I felt as if he were telling me I was behind the times, and I didn't know what to say.
You might actually be from around the same time Yona and I are from.
You might. You are. I'm just gonna say might, maybe. I love how he's just hinting these things so casually, but it's like he fucking knows. And with that, I suddenly felt a glow from inside me. As a transient, I had nothing, but I might have been from the same time period as them. That alone made me feel like I could tear up. Yeah, it's more like the glow from inside you is not, I could maybe figure out who I am. It's the little nugget inside of you is like, yep, I resonate with that because that's the truth. If that's the case, what do you think I was doing? Working at a dongo shop or something? Is something wrong? Does he kind of have a blush? But it's not really a blush. Yeah, he had like little, instead of like pink lines, they were like little dark lines, but like awkward, like, ooh.
No, I just imagined you working at one and it just fit so well that I had to laugh.
He knows something. You don't need to tell me you laughed.
Well, you did recognize the winter Daphnes. I'm sure you'll remember something else soon.
I hope so.
Alright, go on and take these.
Oh, right. So do you think that we did work at a cafe or a dongo shop or something, right? We worked somewhere and we fell in love with him, and then he was the one being like, I can't make a woman like you my wife, because he's like, you're such an upstanding, normal person and I'm a thief and a murderer. Because I still think that that's him saying it, but she says it's a voice she doesn't recognize. But, like, I'm still wondering if it's just distorted in her memory. You know what I mean? Where, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't sound, it sounds hazy and unclear, so she can't fully pick out the voice to be able to tell, you know? Anyway.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Today we have a very special JX Signal episode for you because we have a special guest.
Good morning, everyone! Azami! I'm sure some of you already know me, but I now work in the same agency as Jack. What? This is the first time I've heard of that. It seems like she really is a part of their group, then. So with that said, the topic for today's stream is Deep Dive of Jack. We have so many messages for everyone, so let's keep diving deep until we run out of time.
Go easy on me, please.
That voice, it really was him. I'm so frustrated I didn't notice back at the well. I mean, seriously, the man was wearing glasses. I mean, okay, legitimately. I love her little hair thing. It's a little cat. It's a cat face with the little flower bells. like, anyway. But, I know that, like, I can't really blame her for the Clark Kent effect here because, like, a hat and glasses really... He's at least wearing a mask with the hat and glasses. So, like, and then with the hair, you could barely see his face. But still, come on. I mean, to be fair, he's noticeable to us, but, like, you know, I feel like you would have noticed, like, the frosted tips of his hair maybe a little bit, or the outfit, the fact that nobody changes in this game, really. I want to make fun of her for being like, you really couldn't tell that was him. But at the same time, he had a mask on. See, if they had done that in Superman, Clark Kent always wore a mask, you'd be like, all right, legit, I understand. But you seriously just put glasses on and we magically can't tell the difference? Oh, I'm sorry, and you mussed his hair up a little bit. Okay, sure. All right. You know, everybody was so distracted by the underpants outside of the skin-tight suit. Is that what it was? Because at least you could have said that. Anyway. Yeah, I'm so frustrated I didn't notice back at the well. Next time I see him, I swear I'll convince him what he's doing is wrong. She's in Jack's agency of all places, and they just can't handle this. The damage from this is so much. I'm on the verge of death. Goemon patted Kikinosuke on his back as he lay sprawled on the couch. I love how as these all go on, and maybe it's just... Maybe they've been that way. We spent a lot of time with Kikinosuke, right? And we saw a little bit of the other guys, but it's kind of like they start that, oh, we're going to rough you up. And you're like, okay. And then instantaneously they all turn into fucking buttercups and marshmallows and sunshine and rainbows and shit. And they're all so fucking adorable and ridiculous. Like, it was just an instant switch. It was for a split second. If you take that one little moment, that one scene, and you're like, was that the same game? Was I having a fever dream? Like, no, it was in here, but it's so out of character for literally all of them. Yeah, they're all shy and awkward and be like, okay, no, I don't like, or like Yona especially, what? I don't want to have another barbecue. I don't like barbecues, like, whatever. But it's like, that's his character. But like everybody else is like pretty open with being a fucking marshmallow. Every time we play this game, it just slaps me in the face how fucking ridiculous it is. I love it. How ridiculous this game is with then all of a sudden it's going to turn around and tell you the most dramatic, traumatizing shit. And you're like, but we're having such a great time. What? I don't... This game makes me feel insane. Anyway. Kiku, I know you're feeling down, but keep watching. You might catch some hints of what you can do. He's such a fucking mom. It's ridiculous. Right. Yeah.
Man, what a pain to have to watch these two together first thing in the morning.
But they're both so popular right now. I'm sure everyone's happy to see them. Look, the number of people watching shot right up. Shut up right away, sorry.
To start us off, tell us more about when you debuted into the entertainment industry, Jack. You were streaming your songs, right?
Right. I always liked making songs, but I just had this image that the entertainment industry is a scary place. It's not like I had proper training for producing songs. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to keep making them all the time. But I thought I could upload songs as I wanted on my own timing, if it were through streams.
But then you got popular and were suddenly scouted out.
Oh. God, he's a TikTok girl. Jesus.
Thankfully, yes. I really wasn't sure what to do, but I was told I could more or less be free with what I wrote. So I then decided to make my major debut, hoping I could reach as many people with my songs as I could.
He's actually talking some sense today. Look, Yona, you appreciate our other boyfriend. That's good. You're gonna have to suck it up and deal. He's coming into the man harem, probably. Unless his route is just awful and it changes my opinion of him. He's lovely. And a little weird. And he wears a hat. And he did have glasses on. So, like, okay. He's lovely. He has heterochromia. They don't do that enough in games. It's hard to see. Okay. But, like, they put a hat and glasses on him. Sold. Instant sold. You know? So I'm just saying. His route's gonna have to do a lot to make me dislike him and be like, you know what? Maybe you don't get to come to the man harem. So.
Well, it's true that he's popular. He's on every day on that big screen in town.
And you're even writing a short novel right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I like turning ideas into words.
That makes sense. You're so popular among the girls with your intricate lyrics. So with that said, what kind of girl is your type?
Huh? Well, that's a pretty sudden turn in the conversation, don't you think?
Because girls aren't his type. That sucks for us, but...
But messages like that were the ones we got the most. Also, one's asking if you already had a girlfriend or a wife. You never talk about your private life much, Jack, so everyone's curious about you.
I'm single. No girlfriend either.
Really? Are you sure? Does that mean you have really high standards?
I'm just afraid of having to part with anyone.
That's an interesting phrasing. You know what I mean? That's just a very interesting line. I'm just afraid of having to part with anyone. Like, because that's not like, yes, it's valid to be like, oh, I don't want to get into a relationship because, like, after you've had your heart broken, you're like, I don't ever want to do that again. And then after a while, you kind of forget about that and you're like, it'll be okay. And then it's not okay. And then, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So there is the, oh, I've had my heart broken before and I just don't want to deal with that again. I can't deal with it. But you wouldn't phrase it as, I don't want to have to part with anyone ever. You know what I mean? And then, like, and obviously, yes, he is talking about, like, death parting you. You know what I mean? That type of a thing. But that's inevitable. So, like, it's normal to be afraid or cautious or concerned or just not liking the idea of dying. Nobody wants to think of their partner dying. Nobody wants that thought in their mind. Unless your partner's a horrible human being. But then, like, that's, you know, a whole other problem. When you're actually happy and in love with someone, you don't want them to go away. Ever. At all. In any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? But in the context of this game, specifically saying, oh, I don't want to have to part with anyone, that's a hint to something. You know what I mean? That's not just a passing line like, yeah, no, I'm single. Of course you're single. You're going to fall in love with us, but I don't want to part with anyone. Okay, wait, why? Why? Is it just the trauma when you fell to hell that one time and you're, like, afraid of that? Or is there something else going on? You know what I mean? It could be simple, but I just think it's interesting. Anyway.
You mean how people have changes in heart?
Oh, there's that too, but people who live together don't die together. You know, barring a total accident or double suicide.
Are you going to turn into fucking Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs over here? Let's not.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, so see, even she was like, oh, you mean, like, people breaking up? And he's like, yeah, that, but no.
It's sad to have either leave... Oh, it's sad to either leave someone you love behind or to be left behind. If that's true, wouldn't it be better just to be alone?
I mean, I can't really fault that logic, sir.
But I'd still want to have a handsome boyfriend.
Izami!
I'm sure you'll meet someone amazing someday, Azumi. But anyways, that's the case with me, and I'm completely single.
Well, I have to say that's very you, Jack. That's one of the charms about you.
Thanks. I think of you as a little sister, Azumi, so I'm really happy to hear that.
Oh, Kikinosuke just died again.
Shut it! Azumi is my sister!
Told you.
It's too lonely to not be able to die with the one he loves, huh? That's an artist for you.
Ugh, pisses me off. How is a guy like that an underling of prisoners from hell?
He seems on good terms with Kiku's sister. It doesn't seem like he's being threatened into cooperating.
And as a celebrity, I'm sure he's not worried about money either.
That's right. We need to ask about this, too. You, of course, are using the pardoning app, too, right, Jack?
Are they listening to us? Doesn't this give you like these somebody's listening into me, like Google's listening to everything you say kind of vibe? Because like they're like, right, let's talk about the pardoning app. And it's like, how the fuck did you know that's what we were talking about? Obviously the game is scripted, but it just feels so uncanny. Does anybody in this room feel uncanny aside from those of us playing the game? You know what I mean?
Of course. See? Johto.
Or Root Johto, whatever it's supposed to be called.
Ugh. I'm sure there are going to be more people downloading that thing after watching this.
I wonder if then, okay, because like what we were thinking in Sharaku's route is like, okay, I would have thought Goemon's route was dealing with Shinobikini, but she kind of went back to hell with Asaemon. But, okay, it could still be like, now we're going to do the other part of that. So maybe Jack's route is just all about Jack. But that's a weird aside. You know what I mean? Like, we're not worried about those guys. We're worried about Jack now. So, but he is a big-ass mystery. You know? But if he's taking down... Well, why would he be taking down Shinobikini? But then, well, I'm contributing and saying we, when I thought, but like, we as a group collectively thought this in my head, whether you like it or not, you thought this, that like, Shinobikini's actually a puppet for someone else. She's not a puppet for Jack, because that would ruin, like, what the fuck would Goemon's route be about? Just like, hey, what's up? We'll just do nothing now. Like, you know what I mean? There's got to be a bigger reveal coming. Anyway.
So this isn't a question from any of the messages, but can I ask something I'm personally curious about?
Is that allowed? Well, that's fine with me.
These pardons are supposed to remove sins, right? Do you have any sins of your own, Jack?
My skeletons stay in my closet, bitch.
Hey, that's a pretty good question she's asking there. Well, of course, she's my little sister after all. I'm curious what kind of answer he has.
A sin?
To tell the truth, a long time ago I almost killed someone.
What?
Whoa, he really went for it. I thought he'd just shrug it off with a joke.
I almost did, so it never happened, of course. But if I were to remove something, I'd like to remove that.
See, but here's the thing, shrug it off with a joke. Like, of course, every day since. But if you're trying to sell the app, you're going to be like, oh, God, yeah, I almost got into an accident and almost killed someone, and it's just the guilt of that, and that's why I'm using this app, and everyone's going to take you seriously. You know what I mean? If you're like, ha ha ha, don't we all? No. Or like, nope, I have no sins. I'm perfect. Everyone's going to be like, okay, whatever. But if you have something big and you tell the truth about it, it makes you look more earnest. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, wow, yeah, okay. That's legit. I've probably hurt people. I should get on this app. You know what I mean? Smart. Smart. He's really good at marketing this fucking app.
Whoa.
Oh, wow! I never imagined you'd have a past like that, Jack. I'm sure everyone else watching is surprised, too.
But now you know I want to help out, right?
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
See, Kiku's got it. He's not as dumb as he looks.
Unfortunately, even though I carry the guilt, the other person wasn't hurt. And that's why I was able to live on without being a murderer. But my sins won't disappear.
The tone of his voice and the look on his face sank into a deep sadness. Even Sharako and the others, who would also be making witty remarks, stared at the screen in silence.
It's true. Sins don't disappear so easily.
If possible, I'd like to see that person again and apologize, but I have no idea where they are now.
You lost contact with them, I see. Then I pray that you'll be able to see them again.
Well, thanks for that.
Are we gonna have to go find this It's not Shinosuke's. Then how is Jack alive? He's like the only one who's not like 100 fucking years old. Several hundred years old.
And now, we'll introduce Jack's new song. Please go ahead.
Heliogabalus? Gabalus? That's some type of a,
Rose blooms with the moon.
Heliogabalus rose? That's the type of rose, but okay. Okay, jibber jabber, what the fuck? Anyway.
Though my body might rot, my soul burns with love for you. That's what this song's about.
Even though my body might rot, my soul burns with love for you. But that is a song about loving someone, and then even if I die, my soul's gonna... But that's something that you don't want to... Huh, interesting.
Do you think...
Oh my god, wait. Wait for it. Fucking wait. Wait, are you waiting? Did you wait? Are you holding your breath? Are you waiting with bated breath for this? Okay. I'm formulating this in my head, all right? It just kind of like pooped in and it's bouncing all over the place. Okay. So, Jack's not his real name, but maybe Jack is his name. Maybe his other name is his past life. What if Jack is the person that was in our past life saying, I can't make a woman like you, my wife. Like, we were kind of in love with him. He said that to us, but then maybe we fell in love with Goemon after that. But, like, what if we knew Jack in a past life, he died and was reincarnated, but he remembers? Like everybody here, all of our little Scooby gang here remembers their past lives. We don't. Okay, but Jack, if he died and was reincarnated, they said, I think Sensei Nono was the one who said something about, like, sometimes people remember their past lives because we were talking about Shinosuke, right? If Shinosuke remembered, he was like, if he was reincarnated, he wouldn't remember Oshichi, but it's possible because, and even she was like, maybe, you never know, because, like, isn't there a small chance? So then it was like, it didn't really dawn on me or like I guess it registered in the back of my mind somewhere, but just waiting to pounce at this moment where it's like, maybe we knew Jack in our past life and he remembers his past life. You know what I mean? But I can't say that like, oh, well, that's definite because he didn't show any signs of knowing us when we first ran into him or whatever, but Goemon acts like he has no fucking clue who we are. So, like, but Goemon's had more time to prepare, Seeing us around, finding out who we are, knowing we're King Enma's daughter, and hearing that we're transient, we have no memories, and being like, okay, poker face, got it. You know what I mean? And Jack, the first time he met us, would have been like, oh, poker face, right. You know what I mean? He would have been like, I remember you from it, because we've seen... At the end of all of them, when we've died and been reincarnated, aside from poor Kikinosuke, but like with Sharako and Yona, when we both die and disappear and get reincarnated, we there's something that we remember each other. We don't remember who we were or who they are, but we have a connection. So like you wonder if, or maybe Jack remembers bits and pieces of his past life and he just remembers, he doesn't remember us specifically, but he remembers these feelings or something. You know what I mean? Anyway, interesting theory. I like throwing these out, so we'll see what happens. As the intro to the song played, everyone let out a sigh together. I see. So that's why he's with that woman. Although I still think there's more to it. Yeah, I do too, sweet cheeks.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
If you think about it, it's actually really risky for Jack to take part in what Shinobikini's doing. We've sworn to bring them all back to hell. And of course, when all their crimes are exposed, Jack's image would get tarnished too.
Could he have been offered something where ruining his life as an artist would be fine?
When you put it that way, it sure sounds eerie. We're gonna find out.
Guess we need to kidnap him and threaten him to fess up. Let's leave that for a bit later. He is a human. I'd like to avoid resolving things through force.
I don't know, I'm kind of with Yona. Let's kidnap him and shake him around a little. I could try to seduce him. Would that work? Her version of seducing would be threatening to whip him. He might like that, though, so it might work. Which means we'll have to just keep an eye on things. Kikinosuke, you'll watch over Azami then?
Of course.
I'm on a Simon.
Then I'll follow Jack. I'll tear off that disguise he has on him. Which means I've got Okuni. My lady, would you like to join me?
I'm not sure. I think I'll go around Asakusa on my own. I want to hear what the people in town are talking about. It's really interesting that Sharaku's following Simon and Kikinosuke's following Azami. That's normal. We've seen that in their routes and every other route. But in every other one, Goemon followed Jack around. And now they're like, Yona's following Jack this time. And I wonder if that's because they want to keep you as the player character away from Goemon as much as possible. Like, just you're here in passing, you have normal conversations, whatever, but you don't spend any time with him while stalking Jack. Because, like, if you think about it, like, if we bump into Yona and we talk about Jack, we might, you know, you get a little closer to Yona, you become kind of a little friendlier, and you would think, logically, things are bound to come out. Like, oh, so you used to be a pirate. Okay, cool, neat. Oh, you like the ocean. All right, cool, nice. Oh, yeah, uh-huh. You know what I mean? And, like, you're just passing conversations where they don't really want you to do that with Goemon. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, why? But they could have just not had you had those conversations. Like, logically, yes, in the real world, if you were doing this and you were hanging out with Yona, stalking Jack, you would have these probably idle conversations and get to know yous that you might not have with the others, but they could just not write those in. So I'm kind of curious why they were like, nope, keep her away from Goemon. You know?
Right, and that's a good idea too. Alright everyone, see you back here tonight.
It's probably hurt Goemon every single time we've fallen in love with one of the other chuckle fucks in this house. He's like, oh, well, makes sense, I guess. But it's probably going to hurt him be more of a bitch slap that we fell in love with a human. Unless Goemon knows to Jack or somehow recognizes him from his past life. You know what I mean? And if you were with Goemon, Goemon would be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute! Because we've kind of established in this universe, and it could just be the art style, but I'm just going to make an assumption here, that, you know, when we've kind of reincarnated, we kind of look the same. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's an established thing in this universe, not just, well, the game's drawing the characters to kind of look the same, just so when you get a CG at the end, you're not like, what the hell? Who the hell's this? You know what I mean? It's not disjointing for you as the player. But I feel like it's an in-universe thing because even Oshichi was like, here's the drawing, stick figure potato drawing that she did of Shinosuke. And she's like, I know he might have been reincarnated, but she wasn't like, oh, if he's been reincarnated, it'll be physically hard to find him. It was like, nope, this is what he looks like. As if him being reincarnated, he'd still have the same face. Which is not at all how genetics work, but sure. Anyway, you know, whatever. This whole entire game this is not how any of this works, but like, I don't know why that flagged in my head is that's not how this works, and like it matters. So I'm thinking that maybe Goemon kind of recognizes Jack and is like, you know, he kind of looks like this guy that maybe I saw in passing. Or if we're following Jack and we're with Goemon, say he did recognize him or was going to, they don't want to it would be if you were with Goemon following Jack around, he would figure it out sooner. And they don't want that to come up, and it would just be harder to like write around that and be like, oh, well, the more Goemon sees Jack, the more he starts to kind of put the pieces together. And if he's the one following him all the time and with you in this route, how do you write off that it took half the route for him to figure that out? You know what I mean? Again, I feel like there's ways around these problems that I'm kind of throwing up, trying to figure out like why they decided Goemon shouldn't be following Jack this time of all times, but I just think the writers were like, keep Goemon away from her for now. And this is the only way to, like, and I don't know, whatever, anyway.
Hey, did you catch JX Signal? I wasn't sure if I should, but I went ahead and downloaded that app. Me too, but that's such a surprise Jack almost killed someone. Right? Well, it sounds like the other person is alive and Jack was so remorseful about it. There are some times you just feel like you want to kill someone, huh? Our teacher totally pisses me off, too.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, that's not exactly the good part of his story. Like, him sharing his story gets you to download the app, sure, but doesn't make you go, but, like, I can kill my teacher and then just, like, whoops, sorry, 10 Hail Marys and I'm good, right? Like,
I've been fighting with my mom all the time lately. She's telling me to stop using makeup, but you can't just go to school like that.
I went to school without makeup on for years. Yes, you can. I wasn't one of the hot popular girls, though. So. Whoops. Girls like this nowadays, no! I saw some videos while in Hell Guardian school, but hearing it in person, people seem to take death so lightly.
I wonder if hell really does exist.
Are you an idiot?
I asked if I could pass through the gates of hell over that way once, but I got yelled at so much for it.
I can just imagine it. Okay. She's still an idiot, but I wonder if hell really exists. Are you fucking stupid? As I turn my head to the right and I see the giant flaming gates of hell. They're literally on fire. It's not even just like, oh, it's the gate to hell where you're like, okay. You know, it's like, it's on fire. There are people that walk around wearing the the Lord, and then you're just like, this is just like a big city conspiracy? Like, are you okay? Do you think the earth is flat? Girl, maybe you should pay attention to your teacher. Maybe they ain't so bad. They're just trying to teach you basic understandings of the universe. Like, the earth is not fucking flat, and that flaming gate is literally the gate to hell. Don't be stupid. I mean, seriously, if you were walking in a town you had never been in before and you saw this gate that was literally on fire, you'd be like, is that the gate to hell? Because, like, I don't think that that's right. There's something wrong with that. You know? I'm just saying. You know? Let alone you've lived here your whole life. Okay. All right. No, now's not the time to be laughing. No, I think it's okay to laugh at this girl. She's stupid. But in actuality, death is a pretty foreign concept to these girls. In fact, it is for most people. It's because we don't want to focus on it.
Our seniors said they saw the real King Enma a little while back. Really? He's supposed to be a rare character, though, right?
It's like they're catching Pokemon. A rare character.
My grandma's always praying at the altar, but you really just don't know what life after death is like until you die, huh?
Valid.
Right?
It's really hard with that because it's high school girl and high school girl. I could have at least given them like high school girl A and B so that you would know. So just had to guess who was saying what there. I should just given them the same voice just to confuse us all.
Hachan, welcome. I'm here as a guest today. Can I come in? Of course. Our breakfast rush is just starting to die down now.
I sat down at the counter and was promptly given water, a menu, and a wet towel.
Hachan, you look down. You have something on your mind, huh?
It's nothing serious, really. I talked to her about the high school girls I overheard.
Oh yeah, I get it. Kids these days don't believe in any deities now, huh?
We're all like 19 to 20 and they're like, kids these days. Okay, boomers. Jeez.
My old lady heart is like, yeah, no, kids these days don't understand anything. To be fair, they're all a couple hundred years old here. It's pretty funny. Oshichi was as cheery as those high school girls, making my worries disappear off somewhere else. Still funny when they're like, kids these days. You're like, especially if it's coming out of Kikanosuke's mouth. Kids these days. You swear they just don't understand anything as a 17-year-old.
But it can't be helped. The time periods we lived in were different. When I was alive, everyone felt it was better to pray to the deities.
And, you know, you lit a fire that burned the fucking city. That's not what young kids did, but I'm just saying that, well, that doesn't happen a lot anymore. Far in the past, the gods and saints and all sorts of spirits were far closer to us. Take eclipses, for example. Science can explain them these days, but people back then would have thought they were apocalyptic. People these days still think that sensei no. Because people these days are stupid. And they just... They think the Earth is flat. Sir. Every other planet is round. Except for Earth. It is flat. All around the globe. All around and globe. Two things that are not flat. Okay. Oh, flat earthers are fun. Because they're stupid. And I'm not sorry if you're a flat earther. You shouldn't be here because you're stupid. You should seriously go get an education. You should seriously go actually understand science. I don't understand a lot of science. But, like, the world ain't flat. Okay? Seriously. Get off the internet unless you're going to go study. Don't be here. Like, I will be me. There are some things that you get, like, I get people misconceptions and misunderstandings about things, because, like, whatever. But, like, the earth ain't flat. We can make fun of flat earthers. That's okay. That's okay. Is okay.
There were plenty of stories about human sacrifices, too, weren't there?
Well, I mean, sometimes if you chuck some assholes in a volcano, maybe we need to go back to that. That's all I'm saying. And not virgins. Not like, let's take the virgin girls and chuck them in the volcano. No, I think we need to find the raging douche canoes. The people that are just like human garbage. And I think we need to chuck them in the volcanoes and see. See what happens. I'm just saying. What's the worst that happens? The Earth doesn't get any better? Oh, well. I mean, to be fair, if we chucked enough of the douche canoes in volcanoes, the Earth would absolutely get better. There's no flaw in my logic. Okay? And then all we have to do is log on our app and be like, oops, I'm so sorry. And then we don't get to go to hell. It's fine. Maybe we're going to hell all collectively because we're not chucking douche canoes in volcanoes. And the volcano gods are like, fuck you bitches. Where are my human sacrifices? There's no contract that says they have to be like pretty young virgins. Okay? They can be anybody. We just... So... Right? I think we can all think of at least a handful of people that suck collectively in the universe. That we can be like, yeah, we just chuck them in. And again, if, you know, it doesn't appease the gods... because there aren't any. Oh well. We've still made the world a better place. So, like, I'm just saying. Vote me for Queen of the Universe, okay? Couldn't get any worse. All I'm saying. Anyway. There were... Oh, I'm reading that in Oshichi's voice. There were sacrifices when there was a flooding rain, sacrifices when no rain fell, sacrifices when disease spread. But unfortunately, discrimination was very much a part of such rituals. I think we should discriminate against raging douche canoes. And I think that's fair. Wanderers, the ugly, the old, they were all cast out from communities, considered sinful and unclean. Oh, that's rude. Just because you're new in town, or you're ugly, or you're old, or you're new, ugly, and old in town, doesn't mean we should do that. But if you're a douche canoe, volcano. Okay? But
It could be said that's why hell and deities live within the hearts of people, and why in turn the six realms are stable.
See, even Sensei Nono was like, douche canoes and volcanoes.
After civilization advanced, the great king rejoiced when mankind's thinking became more logical.
Why would he be happy about that? Well, we're putting a lot of work on him. But think of all the paperwork he's going to have to do every time one of those douche canoes comes to hell. He's like, ugh. And they're all coming at once because you chucked 12 of them in the volcano. Just in the last 5 minutes. Simmer down, people. No. You take them. We don't want them.
However, with that logical thinking, those who believed in hell grew fewer in number, putting the six realms in a predicament.
What? I never knew that happened. Oh, it wasn't appropriate of me to say, was it? Please forget it. I'm sorry.
And no, this is good timing, so I'll tell you both about this now. I'm sure you don't know of this either, Enma.
Something happened in the past, then, I take it.
I've taught you that the reason why hell and human realms are connected together was because the number of prisoners were growing, right?
Right.
Is that not the reason? Are you lying to us?
It's not incorrect, but it's not the whole truth either.
As expected.
Far, far in the past, crimes were stopped by lecturing how terrible of a place hell is. Hell disappeared from people's hearts with the advancement of civilization, and the number of criminals increased.
Right.
By forgetting about hell, the six realms, which keep a cycle of reincarnation in motion, became unstable as well. To forget something means to make it vanish. If people were to forget hell, even the great king will disappear.
No! We're all shot. Why? You know? That's kind of an amazing collective human power that nobody told us we had. Like, if you all forget about it, it ceases to exist. I wish. Because when you forget to pay your water bill, you know what ceases to exist? Your water. Not the bill, your water. So, like, I mean, I guess that logic kind of floats. I forgot to pay my electric bill. I have no electric. So, yeah, but that's not what I was trying to forget. Electricity wasn't what I was trying to forget. I pay my bills. Don't worry, that's just the best example I can think of. You know what I mean? You're like, So, I wanted the bill. The amount of money you expect me to give you to disappear. Not the item I was paying for, but sure, okay.
To be precise, with the world of man in such turmoil, he would be the one who leaves the humans.
Father would be the one to leave?
There's no need to worry. You know how much he adores humans, right? He'll make an appearance as a rare character and show hell off to everyone, and surely also create more work for me.
I mean, also, if you come here, people see hell all around them in the flaming gates, so...
It does make you think just how involved the world is, jumping into one crisis after another.
I see you have your work cut out for you, Sensei Nono.
Indeed I do. I couldn't die from overwork since I'm already dead, too.
No, please don't disappear. I love working here after all.
I'd feel bad to only ask you to keep at your work here, but I do enjoy helping out here too, so I hope you'll keep working for a long time.
Huh? By the way, how long are you going to be here in the human realm for?
Huh?
I heard about why you're here from Takamura. Once you capture the escapees, you'll go back to hell?
I hadn't thought that far into the future. But she's right. Once they're captured, the mission will be completed.
Oh, sorry to ask that after you've just come to the human realm. Forget it.
It's okay, it's just...
If you're curious, how about you go and ask the Great King?
Right, at some point. How long will I be here? A sigh escaped me as I stared at the passers-by weaving between each other. Those people walking over there are human. The one selling books at that stall is from hell. I absolutely hated the idea of going to the human realm before I got here, but there are some things I enjoy here. No, that would be so selfish of me to think I didn't want to go back because I'm having fun here. I'm sure Oshichi would be lonely, but I would just be going back and she could see me in hell. It's not like you're disappearing forever. It's like you're just going home. Once they're captured, I need to be back at Enma Palace. We won't be, don't worry.
Hey,
Oh, I didn't know you'd be around here.
I've just been hooked on that ramen shop over there, Roron.
Roron? Roron? Something.
The Tauntaun noodles are the absolute best. Also the sushi at Sasada.
He's completely enjoying life in the human realm. Hey, Yona, say we did capture all the escapees. Well, would you want to stay here?
Well, of course I would. I'd have freedom here.
I'm sure any prisoner would say that.
You can't hear the annoying screams of people being tortured. There's no blood stench, and there aren't any stupid Hell Guardians. There's one right here. I think he's like, there's no stupid Hell Guardians. Hello? And he's like, I mean,
I'm not sure if I should take that as an insult or a compliment that you don't think of me as a Hell Guardian. Do you not like a compliment because you don't think of me as one because you hate them and you don't hate me and that's awesome? Or an insult because that you think I'm not good enough to be one?
they're not really, there's not a good answer here. Well, I didn't mean to say you were stupid. Remember, we're all in this together. We're on the same boat.
He's like blushing and awkward. It's so adorable. I was caught by surprise from embarrassment after he said that. Like, this is an adorable moment. We're just blushing at each other.
Is someone already talking about whether we want to stay or not? I mean, we'll capture those escapees, of course.
I guess this conversation's going there.
And well, our future's in the hands of you, the corporate slave and the great king, so you guys can just decide.
This time sadness caught me by surprise. I knew I was expecting things to be too easy. I'm sorry for asking something so strange. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sure. When you come and bring back those escapees, I'll give you a soul preservation certificate.
If I don't succeed in this, I might not even get a chance to go back to hell. Thinking about all these things now won't help. The one walking ahead of me, it's him! Is he going to the well again? What luck. I won't let him get away today. Tackles him on the stairs. So he is going to the well. Is he going to try to commit suicide again?
We know it has to be around here, but I don't see anywhere that looks like a person could come in or out.
Is he talking? I can't hear him.
Or is it because it's me? Does nothing happen when I'm near here? I know I sensed water was here back then, too.
Back then. That could be like literally like 2 months ago or like 200 years ago.
I wonder if I tried jumping in. That pile of rocks would just be an illusion and I'd make it down to hell.
See, like, what's the deal? I feel... Right in front of me, he lifted his leg up high and into the well. No, you can't!
Huh? Oh, it's you.
I wonder, okay, this, if my, like, thought that he kind of remembers his past life a little bit, sort of, he's like, I know there was somebody I was in love with, and I know they're in hell or whatever, he's like trying to get to hell to find them, like us. That would be why he's trying to get there. He said he fell in by accident one time, didn't he? I don't remember. Do you remember me? I told you before you can't commit suicide, remember?
I do. I do remember, of course. Thanks so much for worrying about me. But I am a prisoner of despair. Not even your pure and innocent fingers could tear the shackles of death from me.
Oh, good God. You're gonna be like this the whole time? Overly dramatic and like spewing out these poetic little lines that are just goddamn ridiculous. Oh God. I'm cringing, but I'm enjoying it. It's fucking funny. Oh my God. Huh? She's like, the fuck are you on?
Oh, I was I not able to encounter you sooner? If I had, I'd not have collapsed on a mattress of lethargy.
I wonder if he could speak a little more normally. I know, right? Like, this is like he's saying song lyrics. Like, sir, I'm gonna need you to use human words.
But I wonder if you might be able to save me. I'm sure being so compassionate as you are, you'd reach a hand out to me before I throw myself into the fiery sea of anguish.
I have no idea how to start talking after that, but I still have to try. I was really hoping one of the lines would be something fucking absurd and ridiculous, just to throw him off, like, "Thou shan't not throw thyself on the pyres of hell, good sir." And he'd be like, huh? You're like, what? I'm just spewing out some ridiculous nonsense. I mean, I don't really know on these which one may be better. Is there anything I can do? Or you can't commit suicide. I feel like maybe we should just straight up say, you can't commit suicide. Because if you asking I feel like is better, but like, is there anything I can do? But I can't understand a word that's coming out of his mouth in his poetic jargon, so. No, it's, is there anything I can do? Okay. I'm just like me, I was like, I don't think I want to ask. You know, sometimes you're like, I could ask, but I'm not gonna. Is there anything I can do?
I wish to present to you a song.
Huh? I love how she's like, the fuck?
A song.
Did you hear what I just said?
Also, I enjoy tea.
Why is everyone around me just men who don't bother to listen to what anyone else is saying? Even this man who's essentially a stranger to me. Look at her. Her eyes are closed. She is like, oh, God.
It seems you still don't know who I am, do you?
What?
You don't recognize this face.
Face. You're like, I do. I just don't care.
That's right. The lonely soul stuck in the purgatory of death. His name is Jack.
Oh my God. He's so fucking dramatic and fucking weird. Everything about him is so fucking weird. Oh my God. You know, if he were a real person, I'd have just turned around and walked away. I'd been like, okay, goodbye. You know what? Have fun jumping in the well. Like, I just. Like, you are certifiable. But, like, he's kind of fucking entertaining right now. I didn't expect him to be the one to reveal himself. Should I tell him who I am, or should I pretend to be a human and get closer to him that way? Pretend to be a human. No, if he's partnered with Shinobikini, he might already know about me. Oh, true.
Maybe you've been offered something where ruining his life as an artist would be fine.
I want to get closer to him. I want to get more information from him. I like how he's like, you don't recognize me, do you? It's me, Jack. And you're like, yeah, no, I figured that out. Yeah, it'd be even better if he was just like, just takes a hat off or something and you're like, yeah, no, it's obvious who you are. But the hat, the glasses, and at least the mask are kind of disguising him better than just the Clark Kent effect, you know? All right, but she already knew. What? You're Jack? I'm sorry, I didn't realize at all. I feel like she would do bad acting.
My disguise is perfect.
Is he blushing at this? But I'm so happy to have met you. I'm a big fan of yours, Jack. Could you imagine? What? No way. I had no idea it was you. Like you're reading bad lines in a play and you don't know. And he's like, oh, see, my disguise is perfect. I am such a huge fan. And you're like all confused and you're not even trying. And he just gives no fucks.
I'm happy to meet you too. And for such a lovely girl like you to be a fan of mine.
Wow, he's easy. Especially because I read those lines with like really bad acting. Worse than normal. I shouldn't have been so hesitant. I have to keep the flattery going. I was so surprised about that app though. You even know the people from hell. You're amazing, Jack. I'm a bit of an occult maniac. I mean, I guess that's kind of true. And I'm interested in hell. How did you come to know those people?
You want to know?
Yes, please.
How about I tell you after I pour you some tea?
He's the one offering to pour me some tea? Not at a cafe.
I'm quite skilled. I've even gotten awards at tea ceremony competitions.
Tea ceremony competitions? See, I feel like that's like a precursor, something left over, a remnant in your brain from your past life. You know what I mean? That's definitely not part of an image, part of my image of him. Okay. That's definitely not part of my image of him from his streams. I can read. But I can't back down now. I'll get acquainted with him if this is what it takes. Tea is so delicious. I love it too. When is she going to slip back into... that's me. Me being like, when am I going to slip her back into speaking to him normally? And I also love tea. It is delicious to drink. You drink tea. Like she's like an alien trying to converse with a human and has no idea what any of these words mean.
Well, then come have some tea at my place.
This is just way too suspicious. He's inviting a woman he barely even knows to his room. But if I look upset about this, I might lose this connection. I'm so happy. This is like a dream, being able to go to the famous Jack's own room. I tried showing my biggest smile possible. It'd be so much funnier if he's like, I know who you are. I'm not stupid. Your acting is also terrible. Today just really isn't the best day. Apologies for my forwardness, but if you have a Line account, would you mind sharing it with me?
Sure, of course I will. I absolutely welcome sharing it with a girl like yourself.
That seems sus, because he's all, no, I'm not interested. I don't want to fall in love. And then he's like, yeah, hell yeah. Are you saying that because you're a whore and you just like getting girls' numbers? Some girls say, oh my God, it's so, she's like, you know what? You are different, girl. And then he's up there like, no, I don't want to fall in love. And then behind the scenes, every single girl is like, you're different. You could change my world. Just please don't be like that. Oh, Jesus. He really is so easy. Or he knows who you are and he's playing the game that you're playing. Like you're both playing the game on each other, not aware that the other one knows who you are. You know what I mean?
There. And now we're friends.
Oh, I'm so happy. Then I'll message you later. Is there any day that isn't good for you?
I'll make myself free anytime for you.
I feel like he knows who we are. He's just so easy.
Oh, well, that's my manager. Ugh, I wanted to stay here talking with you, but I have some urgent business to attend to now.
Work is important after all.
I see you're the diligent type, but I find that wonderful about you too.
What he says is always so empty. I wonder how many women he said things like that to. I'm sure I'll be in the crushing hell when he dies. Okay. That's where the whores go. Sharaku, take good care of Jack when he gets there.
Okay, promise me. Next time, come up to my room for some tea, okay?
Huh? Sure.
Alright, I'll be waiting for your message then. Actually, I might not be able to hold myself at back and I'll message you instead.
This friendliness is so creepy. But it's all for the mission. If we capture the escapees, I'll have that soul preservation ticket issued to me. Soul preservation certificate, not ticket. Like, anyway. I can stand to charm a man for that end. It's quite alright. I promise to message you. Look forward to it. I kind of don't know what game he's playing, but I feel like he knows who we are. And he's like, trying to go him and instantly no. But Mom! It's gonna be fun. Anyway, I feel like he's playing such a fucking game with us. He knows what he's fucking doing. You know what I mean? I feel like he knows who we are. And so he's just trying to like, oh yeah, girl like you, whatever. And he probably is aware that we're like, the shit we're saying is trying to get in good with him too. You know what I mean? But I'm curious if it's that he's like, yeah, okay, I know who you are and like whatever. And like, but what's his end game? Because he's playing a game, if he's playing a game like, I know you're King Enma's daughter and like whatever, why? Why are you? Everybody else has been like, I know who you are. You don't have to, like, whatever, you know? So for him trying to hide it, it's like, why are you trying to worm into my good graces? What is it about hell? Why are you trying to get there? What's your secret, you know? But obviously, what his secret is the whole point of his route, probably. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.